చూపించండి, అదే పెట్టండి స్క్రీన్ మీద. 25 టీఎంసీ, 21-22లో 33 టీఎంసీ, 2021లో 31 టీఎంసీ, 19-20లో 61 టీఎంసీ. దీస్ ఆర్ ద వాటర్ లిఫ్టెడ్.
Water they are lifted, sir.
సో మీడియా మిత్రులకు వాళ్ళు ప్రతి సంవత్సరం ఎంత నీళ్లు లిఫ్ట్ చేసిండ్రో అక్కడ ఉన్నది మూడో కాలంలో. ఫస్ట్ దాంట్లో ఇయరు, రెండో దాంట్లో ఈ కెపాసిటీ ఆఫ్ టీఎంసీ, మూడో కాలంలో ఏ సంవత్సరం ఎంత లిఫ్ట్ చేసిండ్రో అక్కడ ఉంది. సో 5 ఏళ్ళ కలిపి కూడా మొత్తం కలిపి 162 టీఎంసీ ఎత్తలే. ప్రతి సంవత్సరం 180 టీఎంసీ ఎత్తుతామని కట్టి 1 లక్ష కోట్లు ఖర్చు పెట్టి ఇప్పటికీ ఈ పోయిన సంవత్సరం అయితే 8 టీఎంసీ. సో అంటే 4%, యువతల పర్సంటేజ్ రాసిండ్రు. ఒక సంవత్సరం 4.9%, ఒక సంవత్సరం 14%, ఇంకో సంవత్సరం 18%, ఒక సంవత్సరం 17%, ఇంకొక సంవత్సరం 34%. సో ఏ సంవత్సరం కూడా ప్రతిపాదించిన దాంట్లో వాళ్ళ సక్సెస్ రేషియో ఏముందో దీన్ని బట్టి అర్థం చేసుకోండి. నెక్స్ట్
Sir, this design part has already been covered, sir. It's as per the manual order 179 for barrages on permeable foundations, where they insert the PCC or the secondary piles and primary piles. One is only to prevent the water from rising, and the other is the load bearing. And there is a representative photo, not of this barrage, but that just shows the secant pipes being laid, sir. Now, sir, the causes of failure primarily are coffer dam and sheet piles that were used during construction. They were not removed for 5 seasons. In fact, today when we went there, we could have actually seen that entire thing. There is a lot of overload material towards the last set of piers and this side piers, both
but
ends.
They have claimed the bills and they have not cleared the material.
Yes, sir, we are checking that now. So that's a very serious thing, because that will get everybody in serious trouble. The MBs are being verified, sir. Okay. Now, that is going to reflect a lot of water from the edges towards a specific set of piers, which are going to be doubly impacted. There is going to be a water punch impacting them. A lot of extra water is going to flow into those pillars and piers, and they are going to be seriously inundated with high-speed water. That water should have been actually distributed across the entire riverbed upstream, sir. So that problem is there. Second, the recommendations of the 3D model study to trim the upstream, downstream overburdens. That is the debris that's there. That was never followed. It was never cleared. Some of it is still lying there, sir. In fact, some of it is bedrock. It's probably some soft rock only. It's not granite, sir, but it should have been cleared off. The connection between the cut-off walls and the raft may not have been cast according to the approved drawings. So there is some potential damage which would have occurred due to the undermining of the raft itself, sir. Then observations of physical cracks between pier number 16 to 21 of block 7 suggest that there is a shear failure of the raft due to loss of the supporting material under the raft. So the water has actually flowed under the raft, carried the sand away, sir. So sand has moved off and the free flow water is there. Those I'll show you in the next 2-3 slides, sir. Now this is the old coffer dam. This is being dismantled. Part of it is still there. This was all done in January, February of 2024. These are very recent photos. This photo probably is of last week only, sir. So they have cut the whole thing and carried off most of the material. This is towards the block number 8, the last block, sir. The same photos of the sheet piles which are being dismantled now, sir. So you'll see somebody cutting with the gas and all. This video shows all those heads of the sheet piles and the old coffer dam that is still there now, so we saw it today. So a coffer dam contributes to uneven flow of water, sir. So some of the areas get inundated much more. There is high-speed water there, and some areas are left brand new. They don't even get any water in those gates and blocks, sir. Now, sir, I'll come to the CC blocks. You can see when the barrage was being constructed on the top left photo, the CC blocks are being laid and the spillways are being constructed. On the right side also we say the same thing. The wiring is being installed, stone blocks are being put, and this will be covered by the CC blocks. They are basically energy dissipation devices. So when there is high speed water flow, it is very turbulent and it is like a cutting force that can actually cut through the sand, and also to protect the bedrock and the sand underneath. These blocks are the coverage or the coating on top. And these blocks keep getting damaged, washed away, they keep getting impacted by high speed water. Like even in a village well, sir, we have seen over many years, the stones start getting eroded. So something like that happens here on daily basis. When the gates are opened, that much water will flow. So these blocks are put in place basically to protect the front side of the barrage. And once these blocks get damaged, every year they are supposed to be replaced. And repair and all that work needs to be done. New blocks are cast and they are inserted, sir. You can see on the bottom right side, there is a crane installing the blocks. The blocks have hooks in them. They are normally 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter by 90 centimeters. That's the normal size of the blocks installed. Now, sir, I'm comparing the three barrages. We see Anaram barrage on top. It's a Google map. Right side from the Google map, we can see the blocks. They are visible, but there is damage to the blocks. It is not continuous. Krinda, we have taken photographs standing there. You can see the condition of the blocks on both sides. These blocks are one of the major reasons, their lack of maintenance, why the sand underneath got dug up. And once the sand gets dug up, we start getting pipes from the backside. There is water pressure. It comes like a fountain from underneath. It digs up the sand and there's a continuous water, and like a fountain it will rise. I'll show you the fountain also, sir. I'll move to the next barrage. This is the Sundila barrage, sir. You can see some CC blocks there. In fact, there are circles developing. Some maintenance has been there. But we need to actually maintain this. This is a desperate, this is the reason, one of the reasons of failures of our barrage here, sir.
Lack of maintenance.
Lack of maintenance, sir. This is the Medigadda Barrage from the Google Earth, sir. We don't see any blocks anywhere. Here, in fact, we found 10 meter by 10 meter by 90 centimeter blocks. The blocks are not of the standard size. So I think some special permissions have been given here to cast odd size blocks. So that is recorded, so we are verifying that, how it has occurred, and we'll be reporting the matter. Because all the three barrage blocks are not identical. Replacing 1.5 by 1.5 block is probably a different matter than replacing a 10 meter by 10 meter block, sir. And the 10 meter block will behave in a very different manner physically when it's hit by high speed water. Now in Medigadda, sir, we see this. We don't see any blocks whatsoever. We see these displaced 10 meter blocks. The kind of mosaic of blocks we saw in Anaram and Sundila is not visible here, sir. Now this is the front side of Medigadda, sir. So here we don't see any blocks, we just see some blocks strewn here. Some blocks are seen here, but rest of it is all filled with water. So when there is a high speed water flow by lifting of the gate, the water goes straight into the spillway and there is no protection there, it's only sand. So it cuts through the sand like a jet and creates a hollow space. Once that hollow space gets created, then these are not floating barrages. Floating barrage essentially is if we have excavated X amount of weight, then that much weight is put. That is called a floating barrage. These are heavier than floating barrages. So barrage is exerting a downward force on the substrata. The substrata starts filling the space in front of it. So sand starts moving, it's wet sand. And there is pressure on the backside, there's a vacuum in front. So mele melega, the whole thing starts moving upwards. So we can see there are no blocks, there's no protection, and huge dips have formed there, and people are catching fish there in that area, sir. Similarly, sir, we see a lot of stripping of the spillway and the flows. The rods on the left photo are visible. On the right side, we see a big heap of...
What is that, Raji?
So that is all the spillway coating that has got stripped off and separated from the floor, sir.
Okay. Okay.
On number 20 pillar, sir, we saw the floor sunk to the right side. So here it has been lifted and separated from the lower flooring. The top coat has got separated. Now, sir, since the barrage commissioning in 1920, the project authorities have not conducted inspections of all this, and they have not conducted maintenance of the CC blocks or the launching aprons. So aprons, spillways, everything has been kind of left to its fate. The dislodged CC
Even
blocks.
left side, you are getting some cracks, no?
Yes, sir. That patch is
Some of the cracks are
top layer is gone, sir.
okay.
So you can see the saria below that. The torch steel is visible, sir. Now the torch steel is standing out. It has got separated. The layer has gone away. That's got washed off, sir. Now the dislodged CC blocks and the damage to the plinth slabs parametric joints were observed as early as November 2019. That is the first damage report we have, sir. This negligence has left the barrage at risk of piping and potential progressive failure. So piping is when the water starts flowing from under the barrage, sir. This is pillar 18, sir. You'll see piping here. This is the water bubbling through the sand. There is water stored on the back side. It's coming from under the barrage pillar and bubbling up. And you will see this about 10 meters, 20 meters downstream also. This is also there in Anaram barrage we have seen, sir.
మీడియా మిత్రులకి ఈ విజువల్ చూడండి. ఆ నీళ్ళు ఆ పిల్లర్ దాని కింది నుంచి పైకి వస్తున్నాయి. అవతల సైడ్ ఉన్న నీళ్ళు
Now you will see that big fountain, Pedda fountain there, sir.
Then go back
yes, sir.
To the pillar, Rajiv.
Yes, sir.
ఈ పిల్లర్ దగ్గర చూడండి, ఆ నీళ్ళు కింది నుంచి ఉబ్బికొస్తున్నాయి. అంటే అవతల సైడ్ ఉండాల్సిన నీళ్ళు యువతలకి ఆ కింద మొత్తం పోవడం వల్ల, అంటే కింద ఏం బునాది ఏం లేదు దాన్ని ఆపడానికి. ఆ కింది నుంచి నీళ్ళు వస్తున్నాయి చూడండి, దానికి కింది నుంచి లీక్ అయి పైకి వచ్చి ఇట్లా వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాయి. అంటే రేపు ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం వాటర్ ఉంటేనే అట్లుంది. మొత్తం నీళ్లు నింపినాం అనుకోండి, అసలు ఏ పిల్లరు ఉండదు. ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ ఉన్న దగ్గర చూపిస్తున్నాం కదా, టోటల్గా కింద బునాది అనేది గట్టిగా లేకపోవడం వల్ల నీళ్లు కింది నుంచి వస్తున్నాయి. ఇక్కడ కంట్రోల్ చేసి గేట్లు ఎత్తుతే వెళ్ళాల్సిన నీళ్లు భూమిలో నుంచి కింది నుంచి పైకి వచ్చి బయటికి పోతున్నాయి. ఓకే రాజీవ్, నెక్స్ట్.
Now, sir, the department has issued multiple notices for repairs, sir. On 18/5/20, they have requested the L&T to come and...
ఇంపార్టెంట్ కొంచెం నోట్ చేసుకోండి. అది 20లోనే 18/5/2020లోనే దీంట్లో ప్రాబ్లం ఉందని L&Tకి నోటీస్ ఇచ్చిండ్రు. 21లో నోటీస్ ఇచ్చిండ్రు, 22లో నోటీస్ ఇచ్చిండ్రు, 23లో ఈ డ్యామేజ్ వచ్చింది. అంటే మా లయబిలిటీ పీరియడ్ అయిపోయింది, మాకేం సంబంధం లేదు, మాకు ఇప్పుడు బాధ్యతనే లేదు అని L&T ఏదైతే చెప్తుందో, ఈ ప్రాజెక్టులో సమస్యలు ఉన్నాయని 18/5/2020లో డ్యామేజ్ ఉందని చెప్పి సీసీ బ్లాక్లో వేరింగ్ కోట్ వాట్లలో ప్రాబ్లం ఉందని రాసిండ్రు. 17/2/2021లో మళ్ళీ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది, దీన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేయాలని చెప్పి వాళ్ళకి లెటర్ రాసిండ్రు. 6/4/2022లో మళ్ళీ ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఉన్నదని లెటర్ రాసిండ్రు. లాస్ట్కు 28/4/2023 నాడు ఇది మొత్తం లేచిపోయి మొత్తం కుంగిపోయింది. అంటే ప్రభుత్వము ఇన్ని రోజులు 20లో మొదలైన డ్యామేజ్ 19లో కంప్లీట్ అయింది. అంటే ఇమ్మీడియట్గా 20లోనే ప్రాజెక్టు పూర్తి అయిన వెంబడే సమస్యలు మొదలైనవి. అధికారులు లెటర్లు రాసినా అసలు ప్రభుత్వం పట్టించుకోకపోవడంతో ఈరోజు మొత్తం కుంగిపోయి కూలిపోయే కాడికి వచ్చింది. ఇప్పుడు సింపుల్గా మేము దిగిపోయినాం కాబట్టి మాకేం బాధ్యత లేదని కేసీఆర్ చెప్తున్నాడు, మా లయబిలిటీ పీరియడ్ అయిపోయింది కాబట్టి మాకేం సంబంధం లేదని L&T చెప్తుంది. కట్టిన సంస్థ, కట్టిపించిన పార్టీ రెండు ఇక మా కాలం చెల్లిపోయింది, ఇంకా మేము వెళ్ళిపోయినాం, మేము ఇంటికి పోయినాం, ఇంకా మీ ఇష్టం మీ కర్మ అని చెప్తున్నారు. ఇది దీని సారాంశం.
Sir, they are requesting repeatedly for CC block and wearing coat maintenance. They are asking for completion of the original works of the project also, which are lying pending. If you look at the 17-2 serial number 2, sir, it's restructuring CC blocks and wearing coat. Second is finishing of the original works, that is approach roads and maintenance bays, gantry cranes, Lots of work. Originally, that was part of the contract, has not been done. Now, sir, there are contradictions to the agreement conditions. We have substantial completion certificate issued on 10/9/19, indicating the project had met the agreement conditions for quality and safety. Second, we have a completion certificate granted on 15/3/21, although the project was not completed. Performance securities amounting to 159 crores were released without addressing notices from the engineer in charge. Engineer-in-chief reported the defect liability period has begun on 29/20, which conflicts with the dates of the completion certificates. So it's a very hodgepodge, multiple certificates are being issued without any logic and basis, sir.
మీడియా మిత్రులకు ఇప్పుడు కంప్లీషన్ సర్టిఫికెట్ ఇచ్చిందేమో 15/3/2021, కానీ ఇంజనీర్ ఇన్ చీఫ్ అంటే మురళీధరరావు గారు అనుకుంటే ఇంజనీర్ ఇన్ చీఫ్ ఇస్ రాజీవ్. హూ ఇస్ ద ఇంజనీర్ ఇన్ చీఫ్? లాస్ట్ లైన్. హూ ఇస్ దట్ పర్సన్? మురళీధరరావు ఆర్ వెంకటేశ్వర్లు?
So it will be Venkateshwarlu, sir.
వెంకటేశ్వర్లు, ఓకే. అతను కంప్లీట్ అయిన సర్టిఫికెట్ ఏమో 15/3/2021 ఇచ్చిండు, అంటే ఆల్రెడీ దాంట్లో ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి. కానీ తను లయబిలిటీ పీరియడ్ 29/2/2020 నాడే స్టార్ట్ అయిందని ఇచ్చిండు. అంటే దీంట్లో ఏది కరెక్ట్ అనుకోవాలి? అంటే వెంకటేశ్వర్లని సర్వీస్ నుంచి కంప్లీట్గా టర్మినేట్ చేసింది ఎందుకంటే ఇట్లాంటి మిస్టేక్స్ ఉన్నాయని విజిలెన్స్ అండ్ ఎన్ఫోర్స్మెంట్ ఇచ్చిన వాళ్ళ ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ అండ్ ఫిగర్స్తో ఇచ్చిన నివేదికతోని ప్లస్ 159 crores దే హ్యావ్ రిలీజ్డ్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ సెక్యూరిటీస్, అంటే సెక్యూరిటీ గ్యారంటీస్ ఉన్నాయన్నిటిని కూడా ఈ అన్ని ఛార్జెస్ వాళ్ళ మీద ఉండి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయని నోటీస్ ఇచ్చినా కూడా అవి ఫుల్ఫిల్ చేయకపోయినా కూడా ఈ పేమెంట్లు కూడా రిలీజ్ చేసింది. నెక్స్ట్ రాజు.
So the scheduled inspections under the Dam Safety Act 21 are essential for assessing the condition of the dams and structures. The inspections are pre-monsoon, post-monsoon and other scheduled checks, and the field engineers are responsible.
Okay.
All deficiencies identified during the inspections have to be reported to the SDSO, a State Dam Safety Organization, for evaluation, etc. That is the rules, rule position.
ఓకే.
Dam Safety Act 21 mandates meticulous recording of all the maintenance activities. Records have to detail the type, date, weather conditions, water flow, everything. And they have to include the description of work, duration, etc. We have not seen any maintenance records so far.
Okay.
On requesting, a follow-through letter has been written to L&T, but department daggare em ledu, nothing is
Okay.
there, sir.
Thank you.
Now, sir, this is a small timeline I prepared, sir. This will show a lot of events. So the first event is on March 3, 2016, when the initial GO sanctioning 2591 crores, that is GORT 231, was issued. After that, 26th August, project agreement was entered into. Next activity was on May 19th. This one, sir. GO 707. Enhancement happened to 3,260 crores for the project value. Krinda, sir, we see supplemental agreements being made on 2nd July 18 and also 31st
Rajiv
December.
will do one thing.
Sir.
As it is you push to media people, they will go through that report. The
Yes, sir.
final conclusion is that October 21st, 2023, sinking of the pillar number 20.
Was sinking, sir. Madhyalo, sir, you will see a small photo of
Rajiv, see, just give the entire presentation to Hanumantrao, Commissioner NPR. Hanumantrao garu, just pass it on to the entire media.
Yes, sir. Sir, if you see the small May, September, small picture is there, that is the inaugural photograph. And after that, there are lots of substantial completion certificates, 3 in purple, one after the other. On top is the request for maintenance. There are 4 different requests for maintenance which have not been adhered to. And Antlo, the barrage has collapsed without any repair maintenance. But Madhyalo, on 6th of September 21, we have GO 330 sanctioning 4,613 crores, cost escalation of the project. So on one side, we have given completion certificates. On second side, sir, we are issuing GOs enhancing the project cost and paying the money. Money is being released. So both the things are going on together. So if L&T is not responding to us, at least the money flow should have stopped immediately, and we should have corralled them and taken them to some kind of. So I'll move to the last slide, sir. This is the inauguration of the barrage, sir. It's on 21/6/2019. 3 honorable CMs and 1 governor of Telangana are seen here. If you look at the background, this area, you will find that the aprons are not yet ready. It's a little premature inauguration, sir. So I thought I'll just bring it to your notice.